Hello and welcome to an update from Stour Valley Underground. This short video, shot with a drone, is covering the latest state of development of National Grid's Butlers Wood Substation, aka Butlers Wood Green Energy Centre. What you're looking at is the entrance point to the substation with a supergrid pylon on our left, and coming into view the gantries that will take the wires coming down from that pylon to connect into the substation and to the supergrid transformer that's passing below us. There is further equipment on the site which I will not try explaining, but what we're now passing, the walled structure, is where the second supergrid transformer will be located when it is delivered at a later date. Coming into view now is a storage yard, but more importantly, coming up is the point where the northerly circuit on the original pylons is being separated off onto a special pylon to connect into the substation. Beneath us now is a compound where there will be a second piece of equipment which will connect from the overhead line system and via an underground cable to a second supergrid transformer. We're now flying with Waldegrave wood on our left over the Hall Road, Service Road, and the route of the underground cable which will eventually connect the substation to the existing local distribution network. Away to our left is the Service Road, Hall Road, and you will see that in a moment with traffic moving over it. But the much wider swathe, much wider than the Hall Road, is the swathe for the 132,000 volt cable, which will emerge from the ground here onto what's called a ceiling end compound, and that will take the power back up onto the local distribution network, the wires of which are just about visible against the dark green below us now. And the new pylon that you can see across the fields from the crossroads on the main road is just passing beneath us. But then when we turn round and look back towards the rear of the substation proper, we can see the underground cable route on our left, the service road on our right, and we're just about to pass over Old Road, the road which connects Twinstead to Wickham St Paul. You can see from this vantage point our lovely open rural countryside in this area. Again, Waldegrave wood on our right, then the substation, and beyond it Butlers Wood. That was all one wood at one point in time, was cut through presumably originally for the supergrid in the 1960s, the original pylons coming through here. Now as we turn to the right towards the main part of the substation, you can see an old 400 kilovolt pylon, very dark now, they're galvanized structures. The shiny new one straight in front of us, that's the one taking the northern circuit, and that will be a ceiling end compound, which means that it will take a set of overhead wires and convert them down to underground cables, and those underground cables will pass along the site, past this storage compound, and into the substation proper, and will connect via some of the paraphernalia you can see on the ground now to the second supergrid transformer, which will be within those walls. Supergrid transformers are oil cooled, and they need to make sure that if they burst, the oil doesn't go anywhere, so that wall is a retaining wall. You can see it to better effect here on the first supergrid transformer, which is now fully clad with its hopefully acoustic insulation as well as oil jacket, and on the right of that is a grey cylinder. That's the oil tank for the cooling oil. Moving back towards the gantry. The gantry is around 13 metres tall, much shorter than the pylon we're just passing to our right, which is up around 46 metres tall. And this is an important aspect of this development. The people of this area, campaigners, councillors, were successful in arguing that the substation should be located further back from the road in order to plant far more effective deep tree planting to screen it. And so the pylon on the left that we're passing will have wires coming from it down into the substation, and they will connect to the gantry, which is an angle, as you can see here. And that gantry is about 30 metres tall and will then allow the wires to drop down via this infrastructure which we're just passing over now. Lower level, I've brought the drone down and flying more slowly so you can get a better look at this over the supergrid transformer. Anyway, thank you very much for watching our little Stour Valley Underground update. We do try to keep you abreast of how this is developing. This is an important facilitating development for this area, facilitating because it will enable the connection of under current agreements, at one point nearly 1.5 gigawatts of solar panels. That's about 3,500 acres, and also a quarter of a gigawatt or thereabouts of battery storage, all of which there are connection agreements for. Anyway, with that, I'll say thank you for watching and wish you farewell.